Hello everyone out there, Soul Bad Greg here, bringing to you another foray into the DCS World Series. I'm just getting everything set up right now. The game can take a bit of time to load, so Today I'm going to be starting, or I guess continuing from the last session that I did for DCS World, um, a series in which I call Do You Want to Fly an F-5? As we go through the training process, at least the training process that's made available to us via DCS World, on learning the ins and outs of the F-5, and then taking it out for a spin on some quick matches, and then eventually getting completely owned via the online multiplayer. So I hope you guys enjoy this series. It's going to be a lot of fun to make. And as the game gets loaded up here, I'll put the music back on for you. And when we get back, we should be on the tarmac. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So today we're going to learn how to use missiles in our Do you want to know? I already screwed up the title. Do you want to fly an F-5? Um, the F-5 being one of the easier aircraft that you can learn how to play. That's one of the high fidelity aircraft. So since I've already had some training in this beforehand, I figured why don't I just take it all away, then see how bad things can get when I try to take this bird online. But before we do that, we need to know how to shoot. So according to this, we're going to use air-to-air missiles in MSL mode. I'm assuming that means missile mode. And in this training, we're going to be learning about how to use the very simple radar scope. Shows in here the distance in nautical miles, I believe, from our airplane. Our um, blips that'll show up showing that we've found aircraft within a certain range will show up farther away up here and then eventually gradually work their way closer down to being right on top of us right here. And these lines here represent, like this right here, 8, that's 8 nautical miles, that's 12 nautical miles from that right there, that's 16. But that can all get manipulated. I believe by these numbers over here, they'll pop up how many miles across this is from our aircraft. So right now we got 40 here. If we want a much closer look, then that number will go down, uh, and these lines will correspond to the correct uh, distance from our aircraft. But anyway, I'll stop gabbing and we'll let the professional tell us exactly what to do, so that way we don't look like complete fools when we try and do it. Alright, here we go. Currently in active pause. Alright, so we're going to learn how to do air-to-air missiles. It's a bunch of jargon of stuff that we already know, so we're not going to worry about that. The missile mode is used to target search, acquisition, and track when using the AIM-9 air-to-air missile in close air combat. The AIM-9 is the U.S. And NATO, I want to say, I'm pretty sure it's also NATO, it's probably the same thing. That is the designation for a close-range air-to-air heat-seeking missile, or IR tracking missile, which I believe that is all that's available to the F-5 Tiger II here. I don't believe this has the capability to fire radar-guided missiles. I think it's only AIM-9s. I could be wrong, but I haven't discovered that functionality of the aircraft. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist, but if any of you out there know if that's the case or not, feel free to let me know in chat. Alright, so because this instructor has so low confidence in us, we're going to be given unlimited ammo to use at our disposal. So if we fire 50 missiles, at least one of those 50 are going to hit. So in the central part of the left console panel is the radar control panel. To enable radar search mode, select the radar mode selector to open position using the right mouse button or pressing the O key. Once again, I wasn't smart enough to go through and research all of my HOTAS buttons I already have assigned to take care of these tasks. So we're just going to walk through it like we don't have anything set up and go through it step by step according to what they recommend. As if we're actually clicking it here in the cockpit. So we just click it over once because it's currently on standby. So now it is operational. Now we have the radar sweep going here. To the left of the radar display, the scanning distance is marked or is indicated as set on the radar control panel using the range selector switch. In MSL mode, the search is performed at 40 nautical miles. So yeah, just like earlier, we got the 40 here, that's illuminated. So we have, I believe, what was it? It was 8, 16, so on and so forth, and then way up here, if there's anything that's close to there, then they're about 40 miles away from our aircraft. Yep, just as they explain right here. So the range scale is used to determine the distance to a target. The upper edge of the indicator corresponds to the distance set by the range selector. Distance corresponding to the horizontal range lines below it can be easily calculated by subtracting from the maximum range 10, the first digit, 1, and then the multiplier by the 2. Thus, the following values for the range scale can be determined by the maximum range of 10 nautical miles. So in this case, if we set it to 10 nautical miles, then our first line is 2 miles, fourth line, or our second line is 4 nautical miles, 6, so on. And then same thing for 5. Going 1 nautical mile, 2 nautical mile. Enable the 2 AIM-9 missiles on the wingtips to the weapon release system by toggling the corresponding armament position selector switches to the upper position using the mouse buttons or by keys. So that would be these guys over here. So right now they're all in the off position, each pylon, but we only have 2 missiles on the far end, so we're going to click those up. Okay, those are enabled. Enable the weapon release system by using the guns/MSL and CAMR switch at the top of the instrument panel with the right mouse button, or with the designated keys. Well, we're just going to click it because we're going to keep this simulated. So this is the master switch. So it's currently master arm is off. We click it up to guns, missiles, and CMR at CAMR. We will allow it to arm. By rotating the missile volume knob, we can either adjust the loudness of that loud buzzing you're hearing, that growl they call it. That's the growl of the heat seeker looking for a target. The pitch will drastically change once it spines and locks onto a target, indicating that it is ready to fire. So let's just adjust this real quick, because that's going to be buzzing in my ear all day. Turn that down, or you can turn that all the way up. Let's turn it down just a little bit. That's not so bad. Alright. Rotate the operation mode switch located under the gun sight to select missile mode, which is this guy right here. So right now, this is our gun sight, or hood. It's currently on off. We're going to set this one to missile. Like so. And there we go, we got it right there. The aiming reticle is on the gun sight reflector. That's this guy right here. In the center of the reticle is a dot/pipper, which is aligned with the weapon axis and radar scanning plane when the antenna position index is set to 0 position on the scale to the right side of the radar display. So that's this guy over here. So right now we are completely horizontal with the radar surface. If we wanted to angle it up or angle it down, it would reflect the degree and angle right here. So to search for a target, you must change the elevation angle of the radar antenna to scan upper and lower atmosphere in front of your aircraft. So they must have some aircraft just kind of hanging out here for us to find that's not dead center. So they've given us some tips on that. After several raster scanning sweeps, change the antenna elevation value of 10% or negative 10% by using right shift, left bracket, or right shift, right bracket. Alright, so let's check that out. Currently at 0. And then let's adjust it. I think we can adjust it here also. Alright, so they're at 10 right there. So we're now scanning upwards from 10 degrees of the horizon. Got anything there? Probably not. Alright, well, let's try the other way. Oh, no. Oh, nope. There we go. That's the thing we wanted to put right there. Not this thing. I'm going to keep the pitch down. So about right there. Okay. Alright, we got anybody 10 degrees above? Yes, no, maybe so. It doesn't look like it. Alright, let's bring this guy down. Okay, about 10 degrees downward. See if we can pick anything up. And we are scanning out 40 nautical miles here, as it shows right here. Alright, so it's indicating to us we need to keep searching until we can find what we're looking for. So let's try 20 degrees up, see if we can find something. Nothing? Alright, let's try 30. Nothing. Doesn't this look fun, guys? and girls. Yeah, these radar scopes in the F-5 are incredibly simple. They're not complex. They're not very advanced. At least nothing you'll get from a much more modern aircraft. Modern aircraft can tell you what you're going up against, what the angle is, how far, how high. This radar, nope, just says, hey, there's something over there. You know, we're not finding anything in our scope here. You know what would be funny is if the game didn't actually put anything out there, and it was just waiting for us to hit spacebar, and then was going to put something out there. Alright, let's press spacebar. Alright, so, oh. It's, oh. Let's get our...
Wizard 1-1, Rob 306, 413 at 25,000, cold.
Ah. Okay, let's set our trim here. Alright. AWACS has provided you a true course of 306 to your target, and its altitude is 25,000 feet, or 25 angels. Or I should say angels 25. Subtract this value from the magnetic deviation caucus region, which is a +6, and follow it out. Oh, okay. A little too slow there for us. So once the target is detected, a target mark will appear on the radar display. At a distance of 20 nautical miles or less, set the range radar set to 20 nautical miles using the left mouse button or pressing the negative key. Alright, so we got a guy that's out here. Let's see, how fast are we flying? Okay. Alright, I need to adjust my trim again. Okay, maybe not. Slow it down a little bit. Alright, okay. Alright, so let's get back to angling this thing, see if we can find this guy, because we could see him. He's right there. But we're not finding anything on our scope for this guy. Maybe up at 20? Actually, let's bring it down to the horizon, because we're literally pointing our nose at it, so... There we go. There he is. Alrighty. So, see how he's getting pretty close? Let's switch to 20 nautical miles, because he's getting closer. Alright. So, at that range, that's what? That's 20... That's about what? Close to 10? Just drifting over here. So it's roughly about 10 nautical miles from us. Alright. Frame the acquisition symbol over the target using the following keys. Alright, well I have that. I know where that's situated on my throttle, so let's do just that. And I should be able to click it, and there we go. If the target is successfully locked on, the radar beam sweep will now be confined to the acquisition symbol size. To ease aiming, the target of the radar display is moved 20 degrees to the left azimuth. On the right side of the radar display, the LK on, lock on, becomes visible. Okay, so it's showing that right there. Acquisition, okay. So I don't think we've detected the acquisition just yet. not locked on them yet? Should. Okay, let's try this. So I just released it. Go back down to here. We'll reacquire. There we go. I wonder why that wasn't doing either there. Alright. Keep pursuing the target until the target is within allowed missile range. Do this by keeping the center dot inside the radar display circle. So, right there, that plus sign. You want to keep that central. Alright, so we're about... How far are we? This is 10 nautical miles, so about 5.
Uzi 1-1, Wizard 1-1, merged.
Oh. I think that's talking about us. Alright, so we want to go faster, because we want to get within 5 nautical miles. I believe that is the magic number for a heat seeker. Radar guarded, you can shoot those things way farther, but heat seekers are very limited in range. Alright, we got the lock on. And we should be within... There you go, there's 10 nautical miles right there. So let's fire one puppy off and see how this goes. Alright. Drifting the plane a little bit there, but we damaged it, we didn't destroy it, so that's not good enough. So let's get him back in our center here. We still have the lock on. Alright, and fire. Oh, this time he's trying to decoy it. Oh, we got him. The question is, did we get him? Technically, we usually get only 2 missiles on our pylons, unless if we have some other setup that can provide us with additional missiles. Let's try and look for him. There he is. Alright, let's reacquire. Pretty sure we lost the lock on, so we need to reacquire him. I mean, we don't necessarily need to acquire him for missiles. Maintain altitude of... Oh. Well, I'm trying to go for the kill here, so... You can't tell me what to do. Alright, let's fire it without the lock on. The Seeker will just follow the... There we go! Boom! Alright. Sweet. Alright. Victory aileron roll. There we go. And let's go to our next mission. See you there. I guess we're going to learn what dogfight mode is. If I remember correctly, I think dogfight mode is the equivalent of like using like bore sights or um, Ah, there you go. Okay. So I think this will just be a little more in-depth with what we just learned earlier. Alright. So we are actively... No, we're not. We are not actively flying right now, so... Alright. The DM mode is used for target search, acquisition, and tracking while using the AIM-9 air-to-air missile in close combat. For efficient training, unlimited ammo is enabled for this mission. Once again, no faith. So we're going to get back to turning our radar to operation instead of standby. Now we got our sweep going. Alright, we just did all this earlier, so we're not going to worry about any of that stuff. But we do need to adjust this down to 10 nautical miles. Alright, let's switch the master arm on. Flip these two guys. Let's quiet this guy down just a little bit. That's not quiet. There. And then we'll bring this guy back to missile. Alright, so we're learning everything that we had just done earlier. So... we're gonna activate... Okay, so now we've activated it. Flag course of 300. So, right there, 300. We are flying that course, even though it's pointing that direction. Okay, increase the afterburn, so we're going to go to afterburn. Continue adjusting the antenna, as we did earlier. A word of advice, scan the upper hemisphere from 0 to 30%. Well, I can already see right now. See it? There is... Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Right there, that little blip right there on our visual. Those 2 to 3 pixels, that's what we want. So let's raise the angle. See if that's good enough or that's too high. Yeah. Is it too high? Alright, let's try that high. Oh. Ah. Nope, still too high. Close to 30. How are we looking? Alright, well I don't want to go in the drink. So let's raise our nose here. Oh gosh, I might be going too fast here. Alright, well I can see it, so I'm gonna cheat. Just gonna level out the radar dome here. There we go. Once the distance is reached, pull back on the stick and start climbing with a pitch angle equal to the antenna elevation angle. This time enable DM mode by pressing the 5 key. Alright. So is there a place on here where I can do that? Alright, well I'm just going to do what it says. Press 5. Oh, look at that. Once the target is detected, a target mark appears on the radar display. Ah, okay, alright. It doesn't think we need to learn that. Alright. Okay, so when the target is located just ahead at a distance of less than 30,000 feet, the target will be acquired automatically. Okay, so yeah, it's like dogfight mode, where instead of you actively searching, it's you turning and burning, and if the azimuth is within the right, is within the right pitch, it should automatically find and lock on whatever it sees. So I believe that's what they're getting at here. Try it again. 5. All right. So it found it. Now we got the lock on. And we're at 10, so it is within 5 miles. It goes 10, 8, 6, 5, so it's just under 5, so. Alright. Where's our aircraft? What are we designated? What are we designated as so I can make this sound right? Player. No. Oh well. Oh, I done it. I done goofed. There we go. Okay. Alright, well I'll just take a cue from the movie Independence Day and announce Eagle 20. Fox 2. Let's throttle up here. See how the missile's climbing? It's going to lose speed because it doesn't have enough thrust. Yep, it's defeated. But we are not, so let's go in. Okay, we should be about 2 nautical miles away. Alright, let's try this again. Eagle 20, Fox 2. Alright, we got a MiG-21 that is now damaged. Let's finish it off. Boom! And it splashed. In case of radar malfunction, missiles can be deployed in visual mode. The target must be identified visually, and the range can be roughly estimated by comparing target size with the reticle. Now, I don't know if any of you guys read the rest of that, because I sure didn't. But I'm assuming we learned everything we needed to learn. So, we get a little victory aileron roll. And let's go on to the next lesson. Ooh, goody. Gun time. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to use the gun sight properly when going to guns on a close range target. These notches here represent distances, and once this little bar reaches a certain point, um, it'll reach eventually what at least I call the recommended range for shooting at a target. Once again, this is our radar sight. We already know how to use that after twice. There we go. So once this target reaches a certain distance, I believe this diamond here will illuminate, and that'll give us the cue to fire. I can see, as you can see here, that's how far it is from our aircraft. And then when it's a lot closer, the range goes in closer. But enough of me gabbing. Let's jump right into it. All right, time to shoot the gun. Let's make sure everything is good here. The DG mode is used for searching, identifying, and acquiring targets for gun employment against maneuvering targets with various angular speeds. Unlimited ammo is enabled for this mission. Command HQ really does not trust us with ammunition. Alright, so once again, we're going to bring our radar back to operational. It's going to give us the same spew as last time. But I think by now we're all pros at this, so we don't need to worry about this. So let's switch it to 10 nautical miles. Bring that to master arm on. And then this time we will select the gun sight. We don't want to do missiles. We want to do guns. I don't know what the difference is between AA1 and AA2. But I guess we'll find out soon. Caution. Why does it say caution? Why does it say caution? Oh. Engine anti-ice on. I mean, that's fair. It's literally snowing outside. Or, I think that's snow. Is that snow? Yeah, that's snow. We got the, yep. We got the anti-ice for the engine and for the pilot on. Which is good. I don't want to be ice. I want to be warm-blooded. Preferably with hot cocoa. Alright, so now it's going to go more into the reticle here. So the reticle consists of a central dot and surrounding circle. When a target is acquired, additional information is displayed on the reticle and radar display. Lock-on indication is visible. Since that's not the case, we don't have anything locked on right now. The range to target bar is located inside the reticle. When in guns firing mode and... Alright, let me English here. When in guns firing modes and the bar is at the 6 o'clock position. Okay, I had to read that, but I had to read that more. It corresponds to a target range of 6,000 feet. Okay, so if we can do this here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't seem right. 6 is right here, it says. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then right on top of us, right there. I think that's what we're going for. Yep. Every range mark is a reduction of 1,000 feet from the 6 o'clock position there. To the right of the reticle, a target in range mark is displayed when the target is within maximum range of the gun, which is that little diamond we saw earlier. Additionally, an in-range indication will be visible next to the radar display. So it'll be around here somewhere, probably over here. If the distance to target is less than 500 feet, a minimum range mark will appear above the reticle, and the in-range indication text screen will flash, let you know, hey, you're getting really close. To hit your target, continuously keep the center dot of the reticle, that's this guy right here. Continuously keep the center dot in the reticle over the target before firing. As a result, angular speeds of your aircraft and the target become equal. Most effective gun engagements ranges is between 2,700 and 1,000 feet. So just between there to about right there. So within kind of that area right there. When adjusting lead angle, there is no need to take into account the ballistics trajectory fall of the shells. The gun sight is taking care of it. You just need to place the center dot with proper lead. So if anyone doesn't know what that means, these gun sights here are not fixed. They will move, they will bounce, they will show the relative drop angle of where the bullets will go at a certain range. So unlike the aircraft in World War II, at least up until the P-51, it was when it was equipped with a gyroscopic gun sight. Gun sights were fixed, so it would estimate that this is roughly where the gun will fire, but it wasn't able to take into account your distance to the target, the angles you flew, speeds, all that stuff. And so it only assumed that, but you had to basically make the lead calculation yourself. With these gun sights, they basically help a lot of those kind of calculations, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. And on newer aircraft, they've made it even more so. Okay, so let's hit space. All right. All right. I'm checking my fuel this time, because last time when I was doing practice landing, I had no fuel, and I think this could be why. We are in active pause, so there's nothing flying. I'm just kind of sitting here in the middle of the sky, but I think my aircraft is still active as far as its fuel burning consumption. So if I move the throttle forward, our aircraft won't move because we're still in active pause. But look at that. Well, I think I figured out how I burned through all that fuel when explaining how to land earlier. All right, well let's cut this back so that way we don't cheat ourselves. All right, firing the gun is performed by pressing gun trigger on the stick, which has several positions. Depressed, gun trigger is disabled. Intermediate, the gun doors open and they help to redirect gun gases away from the engine inlets. Pressed, fires the gun and turns the gun camera. So if you want any of those really cool gun shots that you see in some older documentaries, that's how you do it. If the gun trigger is pressed momentarily, firing will begin after a quarter-second delay, which is needed to open the gun bay, purge doors, and gas removal system. So, just a quick look here. Unlike Top Gun, which shows guns fixed to the wings, I don't know how, because these wings are paper thin, we have two gun barrels on the front of our aircraft. And we have a two-stage trigger. One trigger will allow the um, gun doors to pop up, and what they'll do, you'll see in a moment. Those two areas in front of the, there we go, right there, danger. Those two will pop up, and we'll have little gun doors help redirect the smoke away from the canopy, or also away from the engine inlets. Last thing we need is to get a flame out from our own gun. But not only that, the bottom of the aircraft here will also have its two panels, see right there. Those will open up to let the shells out. And it'll help us reduce a bit of weight. Okay. Alright, now that we know that, let's jump right into it. Alright, space is off. Okay, we can see a target way up there with a really nasty smoke plume. It's probably a MiG-28. Keep your speed at about 400 knots, so we're a little under that, so let's throttle up. Alright, so we're going to do the thing last time. We're just going to press 5 to go into DM mode. There we go, it's got an automatic lock. Target has started maneuvering. Set your flaps to auto by pressing the F key. Okay. Target is now within acquisition range. Enable the DG mode by pressing the 6 key. Oh, I gotta press the 6 key. Alright, there you go. See, now our sight's moving around. Alright, we don't want to go too fast, but oh. Alright, it's getting in close. Ah, getting way too close there. Way too close. Alright, so we screwed that up. Where is he? Where the hell did he go? Oh, this is going to be fun when I go on an online server. Oh, there he is. You guys see him? There he is, right there. Damn it. Oh. Hey, look, now we're formation flying with them. There he is, right there. Gosh, I got the throttle fully pulled back here. But we're still going relatively fast, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Alright, there we go. Got him reacquired. We're pretty close to him, so this should be an okay distance to fire. All right. I need to start to get a little farther from us, so let's throttle up a bit. We want him to be within 2,700 feet. Right now he's outside of that. Make sure I got the right key on here. All right. And see, there's that dot. We're getting too close. Okay, let's separate from. We'll reacquire. DMCA takedown. And just like that, the Do You Want to Fly an F-5 series was over. Alright, let's reacquire. far is he? That's 10 nautical miles right there, so he's about 2 miles away. Okay, we're at 500 knots. Ah! Damn it! I'm terrible at this! Alright, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. Right over there. There we go, got him locked on again. And then, there we go, do that. Down. Okay, let's fire it. Well, I think Command was right about giving us unlimited ammo, because holy shit. We are trashed. Look at that. Ah. I'll get you someday. I'll get you. Alright. Now that I've discombobulated myself. There we go. There he is. Pull back on the throttle. Alright. Press 5 again. Good gun sight. There we go. Alright. Alright, that's a decent distance, so... all cannons fire! There we go. Wow, I'm so glad for missile technology. Oh my gosh. There you go, it's getting damaged. Oh, he's trying to get away here. Come on. Oh my gosh, come on. I don't want to stall. He's damaged some more. Man, this guy will just not go down. Okay, he gave up. Good. Now I got the canopy there. That was the right decision. I was probably going to run out of fuel. Alright, we're doing okay for fuel. Alrighty. There we go. Maximum effort. Let's see if we can see where the aircraft fell. The A11 guns mode is similar to the DG mode and is enabled using the mode switch. Oh. So wait, were we supposed to be in missile mode that whole time? Let's throttle up here. The main difference from DG mode is that the target acquisition is done manually. By pressing the enter key, the target acquisition reset and return scan mode is done at the arc. Was that what I was doing? That's why I had to do all those steps? Okay, what was that? I heard a beep. Oh, maybe we're too high. Not entirely sure. What does it say there? And in ice mode. How's everything else? Everything else looks okay. Except for the fact that we're going to run into the ground. But that's a minor detail. Alright. Let's rack this up as another win. Victory aileron roll. On to the next one. I guess we're going to find out what the difference is between the AA1 and AA2. Perhaps AA2 means ground, maybe? Ground gun, as opposed to air-to-air gun? I guess we will find out. Well, it's still showing aircraft, so I guess we will see. Welcome to this training mission devoted to engaging aerial targets in the AA2 guns mode. The AA2 guns mode is used for searching, acquiring, and firing target in close-range air combat at maneuvering constant speed targets. In this mode, the gun sight calculates lead angle and takes into effect the depression of bullet trajectory. For efficient training, unlimited ammo is enabled in this mission. Once again, Command knows us well. Unlimited ammo because we can't hit the broadside of a barn. But we know how to do this part at least. Let's switch our radar to operational. To the left of the range display, the scanning distance is indicated. Yep, we know that. So we're going to bring it down to 10 nautical miles. We're going to set the master arm to on. And then we're going to use the mode search and select to the AA2 guns. Alright, everything we had done here, we've done before, so we're not going to worry about it. Exact same as before. Some of you may have noticed that when I was firing the gun, it would do that little delay. I don't exactly have enough buttons dedicated on my flight stick in order to do the 2 trigger effect, as that would take up the button that I've assigned to my missile, as well as a couple other buttons that are assigned to other important tasks. So instead, I have it linked to one button. So unfortunately, I have to calculate that delay in. For anyone else who has more buttons to dedicate to that function, they have the advantage of bringing up those gun doors and holding it there, so that way they can fire at any moment they need to without it throwing a curve into their groove. So. Alright, so we have our target in front of us. Okay, we need to keep our speed up, so let's bring this up to 400 knots. We're currently at 350. Once a target is detected, a target mark will appear on the radar display, which it has. Maneuver the aircraft to place the target along the 0 azimuth central line of the radar display. Continue closing until you reach a distance of 6,000. Blah 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 blah. All right, so let's do this thing. Target lockup. We are tracking. Hit F. Target is now within acquisition. All right. Enter. All right. Cool. There we go. All right, so we're pretty close here. So we should be able to just line up and... Oh, gonna overshoot him. Gonna overshoot him. Which is a legit problem in dogfighting. You don't want to go too fast to where you suddenly become the target, because that has happened many times. But we managed to get hits on them the first time around, so that's good. That's an improvement. What is this? This kind of looks like a, what is this, box bat? Couldn't really tell. Alright, let's do it again. Auto acquire. Okay. So now it's got ranged in. There we go. Okay, so it's a Sukhoi 24. Yeah, there we go. Way easier that time. In case of radar malfunction, the guns may be employed visually. Distance to the target and the range to open fire are estimated by comparing the variable size of the target to the size of the reticle. In this case, acceptable gun accuracy is at a maximum range of 1,500 feet and a closure of not more than 90 knots. Well done, me. You did it. Alright. I think that does it for the missile and gun training for this aircraft. I think it's going to go into ground targets, specifically bombing ground targets, which has always been a problem for me in this aircraft. This aircraft is very, very rudimentary on how you calculate dropping bombs on a fixed target on the ground. But that will take a lot more time to set up and learn than what I have time to do right now. Thank you all for joining me on the part 2 of Do You Want to Fly an F-5 series? Stick around if you would like to watch me and a running target and another special guest attempt to fail at being Ghostbusters. Stay tuned.